Welcome back to Polish Dialogues or Dialogues in Polish part. Today we're at chapter 2, part 3. Yes, so part 3 in chapter 2. We've done so far chapter 1 and both chapters of the second chapter, and now we're going to do the last chapter of the second chapter. So let's get right into it. So these are the vocabs that we've learned last time that are in the chapter 1 and chapter 2. You can just pause the video, go over them again, and we're gonna learn today these words, these new vocabs that are present in the third part of the dialogues of chapter 2. So opadać means to fall, drop, descend. Wkrótce means soon. You can say wkrótce or you can say zaraz. Zaraz as well means soon. Upadać means collapse or fall down. So the difference between upadać and opadać is that when you say opadać, it means fall or drop, but it's more like a free fall, or something is falling or dropping without knowing where. Okay. However, when you say upadać, you would say collapse or fall down. It means that when something falls down, or when someone falls down on the ground, for example, or in somewhere collapse, you say upadać. Okay. Włosy means hair. Pożałować means to regret. If you say żałować, means also to regret, but it's in the imperfective form. So perfective aspect is pożałować, which means in the future or past only. Żałować by itself is imperfective, which means the same thing. However, it's in the present, past, future. I have explained this in the daily words. You can see the links. Dopóki nie means until. So when you say dopóki nie, together means until. Okay, don't get confused with the nie. Nie means here with dopóki means until. It's not separate. So there's no separate between nie and dopóki. There's no difference. All together means until. It might be confusing, but you're gonna get used to it. Łysy means bald. Szczęka means jaw. Jaw of the face, yes. Bić means to beat. Bić means to fight. So the difference between bić and bić is that bić, you are saying that you are participating or you are doing the beat. You are beating something or someone. You are beating something up. I don't know. You're beating the wall, the drums, or you're beating something on the ground. However, when you say bić it means that you are fighting with someone or beating up with someone. So both of you are in the fight or in this. Okay. However, when you say bić, I want to beat someone, it means that I want to beat someone's ass or whatever. Wszystko means all. Wstydzić się means to be ashamed. So wstydzić się. Szybko means fast. Łzy means tears. So you can see what's gonna be all about today. Wejść means to enter or come in. Wyjść means to exit and or come out. Okay. So be aware of these both, because they can sometimes sound the same. Wejść and wyjść. Zakrywać or zakryć. This is the imperfective aspect, which means past, present, future, and this is the perfective, which means past and future. Means to cover, and ukrywać, ukryć means to cover up or to hide. So you see the difference. These are really similar verbs. The only difference is the first prefix, za or u, and here it means imperfective, and here as well imperfective. However, here perfective and here perfective. But the changing in the prefix changes the meaning. So to cover is here it means, so zakryć means to cover something, or to cover a jar, or to cover your head or whatever. Ukryć, it means to hide or cover up, so to hide something. Oko means an eye. Oczy means eyes. So you see the difference. I want you to know the difference, okay? So let's get started. These are chapter 1, rozdział 1, we did this. And then we started rozdział 2, rozdział 2, walka w bibliotece. we did this part and then we did the second part. Yes, and today we're gonna do this part. Rozdział 2, part 3, chapter 2, okay? Szczęka Roberta opada, ponieważ wie, co się wkrótce wydarzy. So I will read this in Polish once. I'll try to read it slowly and then we'll see the English translation. Okay, so szczęka Roberta opada, ponieważ wie, co się wkrótce wydarzy. Adriana rzuca się w stronę Elżbiety i atakuje ją, po czym oboje upadają na ziemię. Adriana, jesteś taką naiwną szmatą. Ciągnę ją za włosy. Elżbieta też ciągnie Adrianę za włosy. Puść moje włosy, albo naprawdę tego pożałujesz. Adriana to nie obchodzi i dalej ciągnie Elżbietę za włosy, dopóki nie ściągnie swojej półperuki, którą miała na sobie, by zakryć półłysą głowę, którą ogoliła podczas epizodu depresyjnego, który miała po przyjęciu dyplomowym. Nie tylko szczęka Adriana opada, gdy to widzi, ale także szczęka wszystkim innym, w tym bibliotekarzowi, którego nie obchodziło, gdy dziewczyny biły się jak suki. Robert. Elżbieta, myślę, że brakuje ci włosów. Elżbieta, to nie jest śmieszne. Wszyscy powinniście się wstydzić. Ze łzami w oczach wyszła szybko, ukrywając dłonią puste miejsce na głowie. So, we're gonna see the translation. I hope you understood something, or maybe the context when I was reading. Or if you didn't, you can just pause and read it again, trying to understand, and then come with me to the explanation in English. So, szczęka Roberta opada, ponieważ wie, co się wkrótce wydarzy. As we said, opada means to drop, wkrótce means soon. Robert's jaw drops because he knows what's about to happen soon. Okay? So when you say szczęka Roberta, it means the jaw of Robert, or Robert's jaw. You see how we change Robert to Roberta? It indicates that that it's his jaw. It's a possessive change, if you want to say. Szczęka Roberta opada. So Robert's jaw drops. Ponieważ, because, wie, he knows, ponieważ wie, co się wkrótce wydarzy. Co, what, co się wydarzy wkrótce. So, się is connected with wydarzy, but you can say in Polish, co się wkrótce wydarzy. So, another way to say it, if you don't want to say wkrótce, you would say, co się wydarzy. Or co się wydarzy wkrótce. Or wkrótce co się wydarzy, or co się wkrótce wydarzy. This is the more, if you want to say, fancy way to write it, okay? So, remember that się is connected to wydarzy. It does not have anything to do with wkrótce. Wkrótce means soon. Adriana rzuca się w stronę Elżbiety i atakuje ją. So Adriana lunges or jumps at Elizabeth and attacks her. Here it is written rzuca się. It means she throws herself. Literally in Polish means rzuca się means to throw yourself. W stronę means in. So where's the mouse? V means in. Stronę means direction. Yes, direction. So stronę means direction. So if you want to translate it, I don't know why it keeps disappearing. Okay, I'm gonna use this. If you want to say rzuca się means to throw herself in the direction of Elżbieta or Elizabeth. W stronę Elżbiety. However, in English it's easier. You can say just Adriana lunges at Elizabeth, or you can just write it literally as it's written in Polish. Throws herself in the direction of Elizabeth. It would be, I don't know, not really good in English. But in Polish, this is how you say it. I atakuje ją. And attacks her. So I means and, atakuje, she is attacking, or she attacks her. atakuje ją. Po czym oboje upadają na ziemię. So as we said, po czym, after which, or after what, or then, po czym oboje, both of them, upadają na ziemię. Upadają, as we said, upadać means to fall down. Upadają, or to collapse. To fall down in this case, na ziemię, on the ground. Ziemia means ground. Okay, here before I forget, we change Elżbieta to Elżbiete, the same as here because it's a possessive. So here we said Szczęka Roberta, it means Robert's jaw, and here we are saying the Elizabeth's direction, if you want to say. So w stronę Elżbiety. So as well here, the same as here, it's a possessive suffix change, or whatever you want to call it. Adriana, jesteś taką naiwną szmatą. This is not to be said in everywhere or to everybody, because it's really offensive. You're such a naive rag, or sometimes szmata means bitch, simply. You're such a naive bitch. Rag means the tissue that you clean with, so szmata generally means literally the thing, the rag, the towel that you clean the kitchen with. So imagine how you are making fool of someone or telling him that he's a rag, he's nothing, he's the same as trash or something like that. Ciągnie ją za włosy. She pulls her by the hair, or she pulls her hair. So literally from Polish it would be ciągnie, from the word ciągnąć. So ciągnie, ona ciągnie ją, she pulls her, za włosy, by the hair. So the literal translation would be she pulls her, za włosy, by the hair. Let's move on. Elżbieta też ciągnie Adriana za włosy, so Elżbieta też ciągnie Adrianę za włosy. So the same as here, ciągnie też, but here we're saying also, pulls, ciągnie Adrianę za włosy. Adriana becomes Adriano because it's a nominative, it becomes after a verb. Za włosy, puść moje włosy, albo naprawdę tego pożałujesz. So Elizabeth is saying, let go of my hair or you'll really regret that. Puść moje włosy, it means leave my hair. Puść is imperative way, or it's actually written here in infinitive form. So when you want to order someone or give an imperative, you can either write it in the imperfective form. Why do I keep saying imperfective? In the imperative form, or just write the verb in the infinitive form. Okay, so this is written in the infinitive form. Puść moje włosy, albo naprawdę, so leave my hair, or albo, or really, naprawdę, tego pożałujesz. This you will regret. You will regret this. Pożałujesz means you will regret. Tego means this. Okay, so this is what it is here. I know it might be hard. It's not really easy. This part, and it's kind of brain melting. But with time, you're gonna be able to understand everything and know why everything is happening like that. Anyway, let's get going. For me, here is this is the really hard part for many of you who are watching, but we're gonna get through it together. This upcoming text here. Adriana to nie obchodzi i dalej ciągnie Elżbietę za włosy. So Adriana doesn't care and keeps on pulling Elizabeth's hair. Okay, so let's just do this part. Adriana to nie obchodzi. Some of you might debate me and say that we should say Adriany to nie obchodzi, but since Adriana can be non-Polish, I decided not to change it all the time. So I'm just Not changing the verbs all the time, because I want to show you that sometimes using names you don't have to change the ending. However, if the name is Polish, it's better to change the ending to show what it means. So here I would write instead of Adriana, I would say Adriane. So as we said before, it means that possessive for Adriana. So Adriana to nie obchodzi, it means Adriana doesn't care about this. As we said before, in the last time we explained how we use obchodzi when we want to say that somebody doesn't care about something. So if I say Adriane to nie obchodzi, it means that to nie obchodzi Adriana. So it doesn't bother her. Oh, okay, this is a way to say it. So it doesn't bother Adriana, or she doesn't care about this. Adriana doesn't care. I dalej and keeps. I dalej ciągnie Elżbietę za włosy. I dalej and keeps on pulling, as we said, ciągnie, pulling. Elżbietę becomes Elżbietę because it's the nominative. Za włosy, by the hair. So this one should be, it's not easy, but it's not that hard because we talked about obchodzi last time. However, here you can change Adriana to Adriane, okay? Okay, dopóki nie ściągnie swojej półperuki, którą miała na sobie. So we said dopóki nie means until she pulls her half wig she was wearing to cover the half bald head she shaved during a depressive episode she had after the graduation party. Okay, so let's go slowly. Dopóki nie ściągnie. Ściągnie means to pull it and to remove it, okay? Because here we said ciągnie. Ciągnie means to pull. Ściągnie, when you add ściągnie, it means to pull it out, okay? To pull it out, to pull out swojej, her half wig. Pół means half, peruka means wig, pół peruki becomes pół peruki. Którą, which she had, miała na sobie. She had on her head. Na sobie here doesn't mean had, because głowie means head, so sobie means on herself, okay? You can see the difference between English and Polish here. By zakryć pół łysą głowy, by, in order to cover, so here too means by because it's the conditional form. We talked about this in the conditional videos. You better go visit there if you don't know anything about conditional. So by means here in order to, or so that zakryć pół łysą głowę, in order to hide or cover, not hide, to cover pół, half bald head, pół łysą głowę, łysa głowę, łysą głowę. Okay, it's not really easy. I don't expect you to know everything that I'm talking about right now, but you do your best to just keep this in your mind and to carry on with me till the end, okay? So as we said here, she pulls her half wig she was wearing to cover her half bald head she shaved during the depressive. Okay, let's continue from here. Dopóki nie, until ściągnie swoje, to pull out her half wig, pół peruki, which she had, którą miała na sobie, on herself, na sobie, by zakryć, in order to cover, pół łysą głowę, her half bald head. Którą, in which she shaved, ogoliła, podczas, during epizodu depresyjnego, depressive episode. So epizodu depresyjnego means depressive episode, which is obvious, które miała po przyjęciu dyplomowym, which she had after the graduation party. Okay, so let's revise this part. Którą, in which or which she shaved. She shaved. but here we don't use which, but in English it's different. So, którą ogoliła, which she shaved during, podczas means during, depressive episode, epizodu depresyjnego, który miała po przyjęciu dyplomowym, which she had after, after the graduation party, przyjęciu dyplomowym. So diploma party, if you want to say. Przyjęciu means in this case a party or I don't know, fair or fete or whatever. Okay, I hope this was clear. Let's go further. Nie tylko szczęka Adriana opada, or nie tylko szczęka Adriany opada. Not only Adriana's jaw drops seeing this. So, as we said again, nie tylko, not only, szczęka, the jaw, Adriany, or Adriana. I wrote Adriana, but if you want to be more correct, you would say Adriany opada, gdy to widzi, when she sees it, gdy to widzi, ale, but, also, także, szczęka wszystkim innym. So, also, but also, szczęka wszystkim innym. So the jaw of everybody else. Wszystkim, as we said, wszystko means all, inny means different or other, or the rest, or whatever. So wszystkim innym means everybody else. W tym bibliotekarzowi. Including, w tym, the means in, tym means in this, or including, but in Polish you would say in this. Bibliotekarzowi. Bibliotekarz means a librarian, w tym bibliotekarzowi. So when you say owi, it means that you are indicating that he is also in this action. He is like his jaw also dropped, okay? Którego nie obchodziło, gdy dziewczyny biły się jak suki. Jaw drops, including the librarian who couldn't care less when the girls were bitch slapping each other. Okay. So we arrived till here. Ale także, but also, szczęka wszystkim innym. The jaw of everybody else dropped. W tym, including, w tym bibliotekarzowi, którego, who, którego, które means which or in which, którego means him. So who, when you add którego, go, it means that we are talking about the librarian. Którego nie obchodziło. So who didn't care. As we said, obchodzić, obchodzić. Obchodzi without obchodziło means the present, but since here it's the past, we said obchodziło. So go nie obchodziło. He didn't care about this, or it didn't bother him. Którego nie obchodziło, who wasn't bothered by it. When, gdy dziewczyny biły się jak suki. When the girls, means Adriana and Elizabeth, were fighting or bitch slapping like suki. Suka means a female dog. It's a used term in English, in Polish to say suka means a bitch, if you want to say, or a cheap bitch, whatever. Just know, you need to know this if you're gonna go to Poland someday. Girls were bitch slapping each other. Biły się, as we said, to fight. Jak suki, like bitches, or bitch slapping. There's no synonym for it in Polish. Jak means like. Okay, so this was really hard, this paragraph. I hope you understood, and if you understood, good for you, and if you didn't, this is totally normal. It's not normal to understand if you don't know anything about Polish, trust me. Okay, and if you didn't understand, just text me or email me. I've received a couple of emails, and I was so happy to reply. So you can always text me by email everything you don't understand. So let's continue. Robert, Elżbieta, myślę, że brakuje ci włosów. Elizabeth, I think you are missing hair. So myślę means I think. Brakuje ci, brakować means something is missing. Brakuje ci, you are missing. Brakuje ci, or something is missing from you. So that you miss hair. That you are missing hair. Okay? Włosów. Elżbieta, to nie jest śmiesznie. This is not funny. To nie jest śmieszne. Wszyscy powinniście się wstydzić. As we said, wstydzić się means to be ashamed. Się wstydzić, it's going to be the same thing. We just change the order. Wszyscy powinniście się wstydzić is the better form to say. However, you can say wszyscy powinniście, you should all wstydzić się. So you can put się after wstydzić if you want, but the more fancy way is to write it as it's here written. So you should all be ashamed of yourselves. Having tears in her eyes, she left, fastly hiding her empty hat spot with her hand. So ze łzami, with tears w oczach, in her eyes, wyszła, she went out. As we said, wyjść means to go out. Wyszła in the past tense. Wyszła szybko, ukrywając dłonią puste miejsce na głowie. So with tears in her eyes, she went out fast, hiding, ukrywając. Ukrywać, we said, means to hide. Ukrywając means hiding. So the process, not the process. If you can say, you usually use the ons at the ending to indicate that you are doing something during something. Okay, so ukrywając, so hiding, dłonią, with her hand. Dłonia means hand. Dłonią, using her hand. Puste miejsce na głowie. The empty space on her head. I don't expect you to understand everything that I've talked about today. This is really, I would say, intermediate to advanced level Polish. So, but if you don't see this, if you don't start to experience this in Polish, you're not gonna learn. So, Polish language is not easy. I think you are having a meltdown, mental breakdown now, if it's not just going crazy after reading all this, especially if you don't have a lot of experience in Polish language. But if something you can always revisit, you can always visit my rules. I have many playlists. Make sure to check my playlist. Some people don't know that I have divided material in my playlist, so make sure to go there to see what's missing. I have a lot of grammar and explanation. I'm gonna put some links here, but I cannot put everything. So you can go check the playlist if you need any more information. And thank you. I'm waiting for more emails from you, and what you didn't understand, I can maybe explain to you more. Maybe you can do a private session for free, of course, maybe on Zoom or somewhere, and I can explain some stuff to you. So don't worry if you are afraid of this. And yeah, that's it for this video. Bye. See you soon.